What's up, guys? Can't Flip for Ship here. I've got my and one socks on and my Adidas slides, so you know I'm fucking chilling. And today I have a Balisong with me that you may or may not recognize. This right here, oh fuck, is, well, let's see if you can guess what it is. Wow. Well, it's not the real one. This is a Jerry Hom Basilisk G10 Basilisk clone, and really the only reason why I'm making this video, I don't know if I'm gonna keep this. Most likely I will not, but the only reason why I'm making this video is because I thought it'd be interesting to kind of talk a little bit about, this is right here is a very old clone, right? Oh shit. They really haven't made new ones of these in a while. Oops. And so this is guaranteed to be like a fairly old clone. And the reason why that's relevant is because I just recently reviewed the DI Gaboon. It's actually what I traded this for, just because I wanted to try something new, and it's always nice to have new topics to talk about and things like that. But that being said, I'm flipping this thing, and it's not so much the flippability of this that is something that is worth note, because it flips decent. It's extremely handle biased. It probably, if I had to say something that it flips similar to, I would say that it flips similar to an aluminum kite maybe, or something like along those lines. Oh shit. Something in that general range or reference. But the difference is that this thing, in terms of fit and finish, is probably the absolute worst Balisong that I've flipped in an extremely long time. And that's just one of those things where if you are somebody who's an OG, such as myself, or even somebody who's from a time that's like further back, like Will Hirsch, you'll know that Balisong clones have not always been something that has been at the level that they're at now. And if you look at clones now, I mean, a lot of people are not enthusiasts of clones, so a lot of people won't really necessarily know. But I will tell you, as somebody who has been a clone enjoyer for years and who's enjoyed themselves quite a clone, to have that this clone is something from the past, and that the modern day clones are extremely high quality, especially some of the ones that come out within the last year or 2 years. Whereas this clone right here is something where it's like, it was made by the One back in the day, from a time whenever the One was not, like, the One was like the main clone brand that made these clones and stuff like that. And the thing about that is, we didn't know any better at the time. We just saw a Balisong, and it's like, you see that you can have a version of a Balisong that you really like, and you just want to be able to try it out. It's pretty, it's nice. Back then, these Balisongs still were extremely expensive, and so you're in the mindset of like, okay, well, I'll never get a chance to try this out. Let me just try it out. And now if you did that with a lot of these clones that they have, it wouldn't be the end of the world, because they're all extremely good. But back then, it's like there's only a few clones that were good. It was mainly like the Chab clone and stuff. And other than that, you'd get stuff that's like this is just so poorly made. Like, I'll show you, like, you can squeeze the handles, and they like if you close the knife, you get stuck, and then you squeeze the handles and they close even further. But then they come it'll come unstuck. And then this had no tap a second ago, and now it has tap. And the screws just easily just come loose. If you look at the fit and finish, it scrapes you from the G10, and as well as the balance is almost too handle biased to be able to flip, but it's manageable. You know what I mean? Oh shit. That's not something that I would imagine the regular Basilisk is like. I've heard from other people that it doesn't flip like that way, but then again, I've never flipped one myself. But this is just funny because it's like a time capsule, right? It shows you what the evolution of clones has kind of looked like over the years as time has gone on. And you get that feeling of like, wow, there's really been significant progress been made by clone companies. To their credit, I mean, if you feel like you can give credit to a clone company, right? But yeah, that's just something I figured to come out and talk about. Is like, the market has really changed in terms of clones compared to authentics now. These old clones are they're just fucking horrid. And I think like now, we used to get so used to flipping good stuff that we forget about the OG days whenever all the clones were just fucking low-key just dog shit. And you have stuff like this where it's like, oh shit, just heavy, wonky, terrible tolerances. Just like, it's stupid. It's a big stupid fucking knife, and it's pretty. But that's like what it was, right? It mostly was about back then about making the knife look like the knife in the sense that it was a clone. And now we have this expectation that clones will perform similar to the knife in some regard, right? Some people have said, certain clones and things that they've been flipping and stuff are like on the same level as the actual knife itself. And it's like, dude, that's like a really good privilege to have, because that is not how things were back in the day, not to get like old head mode on you or anything like that, but just something super cool that I thought I'd talk about, and turn what would otherwise be a really stupid purchase on my part, or a really stupid trade on my part, into something that's kind of funny that I can make a fun little video about. Look at that. Like, if you can see that, look at the tip, it like curved. Interesting. Like, the metal's just treated poorly. I'll probably give this away to somebody who like wants a Balisong. Not my viewers, but like a real life person. You guys are all people as well, but I mean like somebody who exists like verifiably, somebody that's not an Israel bot like you guys. I know you guys are all Tel Aviv sponsored. Anyways, jokes aside, but yeah, this has been super cool. I am managing to flip it. It's not the worst thing that I've ever flipped, but just in terms of fit and finish, it is kind of like something where I'm just like thinking to myself, like, man, this thing it's funny. It's just reminiscent of a different time whenever clones just were not reliable. And now it's changed so much. So pretty cool, guys. Let me know if you were around for the time whenever the one was pretty much like the only clone brand, and that was kind of like the main thing that people used, because it was definitely a situation. It was definitely something noteworthy. But that's all I have for you. Rock on.